Okay, this is a video about John chapter 9, verse 38, and how this verse could very well be leaven, and I'm going to show you why. Okay, what it says is, "Thee then said, I believe, Lord, and worshiped him." Okay, that's how I translate it, anyways. So, why do I think it's leaven? It doesn't have any of the little brackets or whatever supposed to go here, which is very scary. Let me show you. So, I go to the Codex Sinaiticus, and I didn't find this out myself. I found this through another video, and I'm gonna leave that video up here. I suggest people watch it. Just know when you watch the video, it's not discrediting the Codex Sinaiticus. It's discrediting the scribes that translated later it into English and put it on their little site. Don't trust, and I'll show you a picture here. Don't always trust this right here. Yes, sometimes it does reveal the truth, just like it is now. Okay, but many times it it doesn't, and you'll see that in the video. And I've even showed you that with Matthew chapter 7 verse 1 in my Matthew 7 1 video. But anyway, so I go to John chapter 9 verse 38, and looky here, it's omitted. It wasn't here. You can't really see very good. This is why I purchased this at the house, but it has this little squiggly line at the top, and then it's added later, and you can tell it's not even the same ink. And I'll show you a copy of the one I have at my house. This one is clear to see, where it was added later to the side. So and really, this is a very suspect verse anyway, because it contradicts Matthew chapter 4 verse 10, and it goes along with the whole theory. Is Jesus God? um is he a deity? I'm still asking myself this question, and I go back and forth with it. If you see my videos, you'll see me going back and forth with it. But now I'm really starting to think, when they did these abbreviations, and I'll put them up here, they did this one in particularly. I think this stands for God, and this stands for son. So I think it might stand for God's son, and instead they mistranslated God. Often they do put the son of God, and then they use that same exact abbreviation. So I'm just wondering, that it's just a thought in my head. It's nothing that's been confirmed. I'm not all knowing. I am still digging for the truth, but I'm going to leave the description for this video I watched. And like I said, the title is kind of misleading. The Codex Sinaiticus I trust before I trust the interlinear. When I have a question with the interlinear, I go to the Codex Sinaiticus. And I have found many things that have been corrupted in the interlinear, and even in the Codex Sinaiticus little interlinear, their little English version has been corrupted. And I think this video does a fine job at exposing that. Suggest you watch this video. In the description, I'm leaving it here. I'll show a picture right here of what it looks like. And if you have the money, and if you're the type of person, because the whole thing's in Greek, okay, and it's not just regular Greek, it's like the oldest kind of Greek, all capital letters. um a certain letter is kind of it's helped me, because now I know how to translate better. So it has helped me a lot, because I know how to convert modern, like the ancient, I know how to take modern Greek and convert it back into ancient Greek, which often has changed the true definitions and translations of words. It's made a big difference in things. If you see my video on Matthew 7 1, you know what they did. So there's a reason Yasha told us Yahshua. Yasha means the straight gate. And I don't know why I always say that. It just comes out like he is the straight gate. And even when I knew Yahshua, everyone says it differently. I was always Yasha. And then I realized what it meant. It's the straight gate. And I just think, for whatever it was meant, that I call him that, because he is the straight gate. We have to pick up our cross and follow him. Okay. Yes, he did it to show us the way, kind of like follow the leader. This is how you get to the kingdom. Do, imitate me. Okay, the very thing that Paul tried to make us imitate him. No, he is the way to hell. If you want to get to the kingdom of heaven, you imitate Yahshua, Jesus Christ. And another thing is, if you translate, I don't know if there's more than one hell. I've heard there is. If there's more than one heaven, I've heard there is. But one thing I do know, this smoke of torment in the last days, this great storm, people will be able to come out of that if they repent, according to what I believe it's saying, like in Ezekiel 37. There's people that are going to be refined in the fire. So people that want to say, well, hell is eternal. Well, okay, well, maybe hell is eternal, but that doesn't mean you're going to be in there eternally. No, it's going to be the ones that continue to curse God and refuse to keep his commandments that will never enter the kingdom of heaven. And I think there's a Bible verse, I'm going to put it up here that goes along with that. But I want to clarify that. Okay, just because there's a place that's eternal doesn't mean that you have to be in it eternally. Just because the worm never dies in it doesn't mean that you have to be in there with the worm. People need to have more of an open mind, more of common sense. That we have such a narrow minded mind because we're so used to what man taught us that it corrupts our way of thinking. But, anyways, God bless them. Make some more videos today. God bless them.